Hey, I cannot wait for you to see this really simple and cute Christmas idea I'm going to show you. I'm so glad you're catching this video. I'm Summer with hammondsnest.com, and I did recently work with the embossed tiles. I'm looking forward to trying some different things with them, but my eye went straight to this little ornament shape at Dollar Tree, and I popped that metal hardware piece off, but I'm going to use it. I just am putting it to the side because I want to give it a little paint finish too. So I'm using the embossed tiles from Dollar Tree. I traced that circle, hot glued it in place. Now I'm using just a rustic red by Dixie Belle. It's a chalk paint. And I'm getting one coat on that. And while that's drying, I'm going to bring that metal piece out that goes at the top. You could do so many different colors with this. I just hope you like this really easy idea. So I'm going to use some Mod Podge and cinnamon on this little metal piece just to kind of give it a rusty effect. I'm going to let that dry, and then I'm going to come back to it and add in a little bit more depth with a few more colors, but you'll see it in a minute. If you haven't done the Mod Podge cinnamon rust technique, it's really just brushing on Mod Podge glue, and then you sprinkle on cinnamon, and then you coat it with another coat of Mod Podge glue. And while that's drying, we'll bring back out the ornament piece and give it another coat of that red chalk paint. Now, I love the chalk paint look. It's really easy to work with, and I'm going for an antique look here, so I'm going to take it a step further. Also trying to make some of this embossing really pop, and I'm going to put on the Waverly Antiquing Wax in brown. I brushed that all over and I wiped it back. And so that just gets down in those little crevices and kind of helps, you know, like I said, highlight the beautiful design of the tile. Now I'm going to take some matte black paint. I'm just going to kind of go in a couple spots. I'm really just kind of having fun with this. How complicated or whatever, you know, you might think it's like a lot of different layers. Sometimes it's just fun to play around. And if you like crafting and painting, you know, it is fun to just kind of achieve a different look and give you some like extra depth and dimension with things. But I'm going to take that same glaze and the black paint, and I just kind of dab that on top of the rusty metal piece and gluing that back in place. Making sure you're getting those edges too for a nice little finished look. And then I'm doing some more rusty Mod Podge cinnamon in a couple places. And while you're watching me do this part, I will say this little ornament piece is going to be so cute. We're going to add some other details to it, some embellishments and things, but it could be used in a number of ways as a wreath attachment, as a leaner, obviously. You know, you could hang it up somewhere as just it's big enough for a small door decor piece. You could make like a joy sign with a J, and this in the center is the O and a Y. That would be really cute. I'm sure y'all have some really great ideas too. But this is just, I just wanted to show you how cute this came together. So now it's time to add those embellishments I told you about. I'm using some red ticking fabric, and I'm using some ripped drop cloth, and I'm just doing little strips to make a little rag bow. I think I used 3 strips of the red stripe and 3 strips of the drop cloth, and just kind of crisscrossed that in my hand and tied it off with some jute string. Now this is the process. I'm just kind of doing a little by little, seeing what it needs, kind of laying down some base work. Started with some greenery, and then I took a couple rusty bells, tied them on some jute string to kind of make a little tiny, I guess you could call it a little garland. But I just knotted it at the top and decided how I wanted it to hang down. And I'm going to glue that underneath the bow. So I'm going to put a little dab of glue there to make that little string hang. And then when I push that bow right on top with even more glue, it'll hold everything in place. I'm liking the way this looks. I love the brightness of the bow popping off the deeper red of the ornament. I think it's very beautiful. And like I said, you could finish off this tile in a number of ways. I've done it with a creamy white with the antiquing glaze, and it's very beautiful. But one of the most unexpected things I decided to use in this was cinnamon sticks. I just thought they were so cute on top of that greenery. And of course, that little bell right there in the center and that extra piece of greenery to the right. But anyway, like I said, I just kind of trusted the process and went with it. And I love this little piece. I hope that you want to try one too. And if you do, I would love to see it. Thanks so much for hanging out. You have a great day. Bye-bye.